So I promised you guys a video on why I dislike Mulan, and if my dog allows me, if Rex here allows me to talk to you guys, I'm going to talk to you guys right now. Okay, I guess we're doing this with Rex disturbing me, but let's talk about what I dislike about Mulan. Okay, for me, it has this only one thing. There's just one simple thing I dislike about this movie, and that is the heart. Okay, for me, the Mulan live action remake just lacks the heart of the original. Okay, there are a lot of problems surrounding this movie. Okay, we have the scandal with the lead actress, saying stuff about Hong Kong and the Hong Kong protests and stuff like that. You've got new allegations that they were working with basically the modern version of Chinese slavers. There's so many controversies surrounding this movie. But for me, the problem with this movie, I don't like to look at movies and stuff like that with, surrounding issues, the same way I don't judge a game by all the controversy its company, the developing company has around it. I like to just judge it on its own merit, So if it's a game I'm playing, is a game fun? If it's a movie I'm watching, do I enjoy the movie? For Mulan, in my case, it's actually very simple for me, There isn't much to debate in there. I simply just don't like this movie. There's no two ways about it. I don't want to say it's a terrible movie because actually it's a terrible movie. Okay, there are some things it does right, but for the most part, the important things about Mulan, it just fails. Okay, it brings dishonor to I'm not calling it the original, but it brings dishonor to the animated version. Always round. Okay, so let's begin. Let me break it down for you. All right, the original Mulan, it's this coming of age story of this young girl who has to save her father from basically dying in war. And so she finds out that she has to, become the hero of the day, the hero to save all of China from the Han. She has to, learn to become strong. She has to learn to trust in her teammates. She has to learn to be strong in herself. It doesn't matter what face she's wearing. All that matters is the person within. It doesn't matter if she's wearing the face of a woman or of a man. The person within has to be strong and believe in themselves, and they can go on and become a hero. That was the story behind the original Mulan. And we saw that in the fact that the filmmakers made sure, the animators, in the original, in the OG version, they made sure that they made it clear while Mulan was going through training that the reason why she wasn't good wasn't because she was a woman. Okay, they didn't make her being a woman the source of her weakness, because there were a lot of people around her who were just as bumbling buffoons as she was. Remember, if you recall, she was the first person to get the medals. The weight up onto the top of the tower. She was the very first person to do that. To get the arrow down from the tower. Yeah. She was the very first person to do that. So from that, you can see that a lot of people around her, men of all shapes and sizes, big, strong, thin, skinny, they were all just as bumbling as her. But through hard work, through determination, they were able to become stronger, bigger than they were. It wasn't like one of those, being a woman is what made you weak. No, it wasn't that. It was just she wasn't trained, so she had to train to become, the hero that she eventually became. And that was a strong message, because I remember even as a child, I related to Mulan. I loved that show so much. I watched it so many times. And I always felt that, the Be a Man song always spoke to me. You have to be strong, okay? You have to be strong. You have to be fast. You have to be determined enough to get what you want to be in life. That song always spoke to me as a child. But then coming to this movie now, the live action, and the whole message is just gone. It's replaced with this new message which Hollywood keeps spinning these days, where, especially for women, because with men, they're not afraid to show a weak man become strong. With women, it's like they're afraid to show women being weak at any point. So instead, they've been pushing this narrative lately of women just being all powerful because they are. And it's basically, if you have to be born with this power in your mouth. And I think it's just a terrible message to send to kids, because Basically, imagine you don't grow up in a powerful family or in a rich family. The message this movie is basically sent to kids like that is, well, sorry, you're doomed. The only people who get to make it in life are those who are born with natural abilities, those who are born with a gift, to be greater than others. So personally, I just feel that's a terrible message to send out to the kids. Again, it could just be a personal bias of mine, I might be wrong in that, but it's just something I feel is a terrible message to send out, and I don't think we should be giving that message to kids to watch, okay, or to anyone. I don't think it's a message people should send in right now, and because of that, a lot of the movie, just lacks soul, it lacks heart, it lacks what made the original Mulan, Mulan. I don't know who is to blame. I don't know if you can blame the producers or the Disney executives. I don't know the process that went into making this movie. I just know it's just so subpar, okay? Because having stuff like this, saying things like they're the chosen ones, it's one of the laziest modes of writing. Chosen one it's not terrible to have a chosen one storyline, but it needs a lot of work so the character doesn't come off as a Mary Stu or a Gar Stu who is just perfect at everything and who never actually grows because they never had to grow. And you see there's this thing, common trend with characters like this where all they're doing is they're not learning anything new. Instead, they basically return to their true powerful state. Okay, that's their character growth. They go from being less than powerful being powerful characters who were holding back to becoming this unstoppable gods or goddesses, and that's not really a character arc that really sticks around in people's hearts. It's one of the reasons why Superman is such a hard character to write. The authors that have gotten Superman correctly usually focus less on his power, his physical prowess, his strength, and his super strength and all of that. And they look more at the heart of Superman, the dilemmas he has to face, the moral dilemmas and all of that. That's where they visually had the most success with the Superman character. Okay, I just personally think that applies to all of storytelling, and I just wish we see less of this kind of characters. I hope we're seeing more characters with heart, more characters like the original Mulan, who had to grow up who had to power through a lot of stress, a lot of obstacles to become who she is in the end. And she was never painted as a hero who could save everyone. She used smartness and guile to defeat her enemies, not just physical prowess. And I just feel like that's a trait that I wish Hollywood explored more, and I wish stories would explore more, because I feel that's one of the strongest strengths, in any field. It's not the power, physical prowess, it's always the brains. The intelligent people usually come out on top. Usually intelligent people, control physical people to achieve their gains. So I just wish more movies show the advantages of being intelligent but being tactical over just being some powerful, goddess of war. But that's basically it for me with Mulan. I don't want to bramble on too much with this show. It's the action scenes are decent, the cinematography is decent, but for me the soul just wasn't there, and that's the reason why I didn't like this movie. That's the reason why I would never recommend this movie to anyone. That's the reason why I'll tell anyone who wants to see this movie not to not watch it. Just do something else with your time. Have more. I don't know. But anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna call it here. I hope you all have a good day. This is Ren. Remember to subscribe. Remember to like, comment, all of that. Let me know your thoughts below. Did you like Mulan? Did you not like it? Why didn't you like it? If so, let me know your thoughts. This is Ren, signing out. Bye.